It's Leading off for the Ragin Roosters, the 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 Leading on 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 for the Ragin Roosters. At the state 1, 2, 3 theater here in Pierre, we've got prizes that give you a win, including Top Gun ball caps and tickets to see the movie.
YouTube live audio check. Can anyone hear me on the YouTube stream?
That helps, especially this season. Let them all work together and figure it out.
Welcome back into the 6th inning here in Hyde Stadium. Got Jack Van Camp back out there for his 6th inning of work. He's pitched 5 shutout frames so far.
Great Kenny.
So we'll have the catcher Craig Kinney batting, leading it off. In the first pitch of the inning, breaking ball misses outside. So 1-0 is the count.
That's what I'm going to do.
The 1-0 pitch bounces inside, nearly hits him.
Jack looks routine.
And I think that I might have resolved the YouTube live audio situation. I think. If anybody over there watching that one can confirm by typing that in the chat. 2-0 pitch hit on the ground. The second, Seagrave stands out for that one, but he's unable to make the play. So a base hit to lead off the inning for Craig Kinney. His second hit in this game matches his total from last game too.
Now batting for the Ragin Roosters, the right fielder.
Okay, I just got
number
confirmation
7,
that I am now able to be heard.
All right, I'll do beer for time. Okay, I'm not going to take off the top and half.
And for future reference, if anything ever goes sideways again with the YouTube audio,
And then you'll have the top of the second. Oh, sweet. Right.
for all of you watching on YouTube, you can watch. You can watch on the YouTube stream, and you can listen on the DRG website. I could even send a link out into the chat for that. You can just match the radio broadcast audio up with the YouTube one. Sometimes technology doesn't always agree with this. The 1-1 pitch. That one misses for ball 2. I think for all the radio listeners, hopefully I am back now after that EAS message. The 1-1 that one misses high, goes to the backstop. So that'll be an easy advanced base for Craig Kinney to catch it. Jack Van Camp on the mound for the Trappers in his 6th inning of work. He's pitched a shutout so far. The 3-1 from Van Camp hit on the ground is short. Mix gets eaten up by that one a little bit, and it rolls into the outfield. That one will probably be scored in air with a tough bounce nonetheless, but it allows Craig Kinney to take third base. So we have runners on the corners now. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Ragin Roosters 90 feet away from scoring their first run of the game.
Third baseman, number 23, Griffin Snyder.
So now Griffin Snyder, the third baseman. Takes the first pitch strike. So an 0-1 count. Griffin Snyder. Runners on the corners. The 0-1 bounces. Nice stop from Carson Trumpold. He's made a few of those tonight. Keeps that one in front and probably saves a run. The dark sky is starting to loom over towards the right field area. Wind picking up. I believe I was interrupted for a moment by EAS emergency messages on our radio network, on our radio broadcast.
No, the way it's gone this year, it'll probably...
The 1-1 pitch, missed high. I think it's some thunderstorm warnings throughout the state. You can definitely see the dark skies. 2-1 is the count. Pitch from Van Camp, that's hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Mueller ranging in. He makes the play. We'll have a play at home. Tagging, and he actually will go back to third. So a nice play there. And we actually had a defensive substitution, so that was not Maddox Mueller. It was Gabriel Arroyo. Gabriel
Now batting for the
defensively.
Ragin Roosters, the
He
designated
started
hitter number 1,
yesterday.
Jarrett
He
Ragin.
batted 5th. He went 0-1 in the game, but he was also walked and hit by a pitch. He just made the catch out there at center field for out number 1. So runners still on the corners. And the first pitch dropped into dirt for ball 1. It's Jarrett Brannon. You know, it'd be kind of fitting if he were to drive in the first run of the game for the Ragin Roosters now, because that was exactly what he did last night too. He scored the first run, actually responsible for driving in the first run of the season for the Ragin Roosters. He singled to the left side. A chance to do the same thing in this game. 1-0 missed up and in for ball 2. So now after that one got away from Van Camp, we're going to get a mound visit here. Coach J.B. Haviger. Just past 8:30 local time, Central Time, here in Pierre, South Dakota.
hour-ish. We might be able to sneak
6-0 is our score.
That's it. That's good.
Trappers have been dominant in this game. Jack Van Camp has been dominant in this game. Just a quick mound visit there to make sure that they're on the same page. Calm them down a little bit. Infield playing at double play depth. They can roll one up here. It would end the inning and preserve what has been a shutout game so far.
What's Sunday? Anything special?
Sunday crowds are light. So if we can get somebody up here,
The 2-0. That one missed inside for ball 3.
Yeah, he's bad.
So 3-0 the
I
count.
don't usually watch games this much when I'm working.
I've been informed via text by my wonderful producer as that one's lined through the left side for a base hit too. So Jarrett Brannon, and again as I mentioned just a few moments ago, he drove in the first run of the game yesterday on a hit to the left side of the infield. He just did the same thing there. So that is the first run of the game for the Ragin Roosters, an RBI single from Jarrett Brannon. But as I was saying, I was informed via text by my wonderful producer, Heather Williams, that we may be getting some sort of storms here in Pierre at around 9:30 Central Time, so about 50 minutes from now. The first pitch was swung on and missed. That was Jordan Kelly standing in now after the RBI single broke the scoreless game for North Iowa. The 0-1 in there. A cross taken for strike 2, so 0-2 is the count. So we'll see if we can get the entirety of this game in. It's moved along pretty quickly, especially with how Jack Van Camp has been pitching. The 0-2 pitch. That one missed. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. That one missed. So I've got some feedback on my YouTube Live comment section that they can hear me now, but it sounds like I'm in an echo chamber. Sometimes that's what it feels like inside my own head too, just an echo chamber. Just words bouncing around. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3 from Jordan Kelly. For out number 2, Jack Van Camp's trying to keep this to just 1 run in the 6th.
Now batting for
2 runners
the
on base.
Roosters, the second baseman, number 3, Cameron Rendon.
First pitch taken for a strike to Cameron Rendon. Playing third base today, or second base today, actually. From Algona, Iowa. Playing for his next 18, the North Iowa Ragin Roosters.
Central Dakota. I'm Marcel. Trying to be the plug out.
Runners on first and second, top of the 6th inning, 6-1, Trappers lead. We get a delayed steal towards third base, throw down, not in time. It was a close play, but not quite in time. So that's a stolen base for Griffin Snyder. Actually, think about how to pinch runner. That's Zach Dickerson that just stole third base. Delayed steal. So a close play. And so after the double steal and everybody's safe, we've got runners on second and third now with 2 away in the top of the 6th. The 0-1 lined foul to the right side out of play. I'm sure there'll be a free-for-all for that ball in the grass patch. Some kids trying to run over and get that. I remember those days. Remember the days of feeling like getting a foul ball at a baseball game was the best way of knowing you've accomplished something. We have an 0-2 count now to Cameron Rendon. trying to get out of the inning is Van Camp. In the dirt, swung on and missed. It's a drop third strike. And there's no throw down to first base. So Carson Trumpold held it. I think he didn't realize it was a drop third strike. And so there's no play down to third. We're getting a bit of a conference now, talking about it. And so it's going to go down, I think, unless there's something that changes here. It'll go down as a strikeout, but reaching first on a drop third strike. A bit awkward of a play. Definitely had time to make the throw. I just don't think that Carson realized it was drop third strike. So he's kind of picked up the ball.
Now batting for the Ragin Roosters, the left fielder, number 4, Nick Easton.
Nonetheless, still 6-1 Trappers lead. 2 down. Bases loaded for the Ragin Roosters trying to cut into the deficit. So now we have Nick Easton. And the first pitch inside nearly hit him. That was a disappearing slider. No swing though, so 1-0 is the count. Back to my thing about the foul balls. I had a question for everybody. What is the age limit for when it becomes acceptable to go full blown after a foul ball? The 1-0, it's in there. I believe it's called strike. 1-1 the count. So what's the acceptable age for being able to really go full speed after a foul ball? You know, I think that it's probably somewhere in the 1-1 pitch, missing the dirt. Probably somewhere around 18, 20 years old, somewhere around that age group. I think any older than that, it just looks a little bit weird on you for trying to go after a ball and take it away from a kid. That's just me, though. I probably is going to get some, probably need some adverse reactions. The 2-1, that one just missed to the displeasement of the crowd. I already got a text from my producer, Heather, that there is no age limit, but it should never be taken away from a child. Completely agree. Saw a video about that the other day. Aaron Judge, I think it was, for the Yankees, tried to throw a ball into the crowd for a kid, and a grown-up came right behind him and snatched it right out of his hands and ran up the stairs and took the ball. That, to me, is not something that I think is acceptable. The 2-2, that one just missed outside. Bases loaded. Top of the 6th inning, 6-1 to score. The Trappers lead.
Yeah.
So then that gets back into the whole argument with the famous YouTuber Zach Campbell, who's pretty much known for getting foul balls. A lot of people don't like his methods. 3-2 runners on the move, and that misses for ball 4. So bases loaded, 2-out walk results in the second run of the game scoring. So a nice at bat there from Nick Easton.
Now batting for
So we're back to the top of the order.
The center fielder, number 20.
We've got the center fielder, Dane Nakasuka. He's got bases loaded, 2 away. So we've got a chance here. It's a tying run at the plate.
Do you remember this interesting?
No.
First pitch, breaking ball in there, take it for strike 1.
Almost.
I believe I saw in the chat that Dane's parents were watching on the YouTube live stream. I think they can hear my voice now speaking. Their son is batting with bases loaded. Now one's fouled off to the left side, out of play. Count now 0-2. Trying to stay alive now. Keep the line moving.
Yeah, we're in.
Inflict further damage upon Jack Van Camp, who's been excellent in this game. The 0-2. Off speed, misses low and outside. A nice take for the Ragin Roosters center fielder. Out of Laguna, Miguel, California. transferred to Vanguard. Looking in the 1-2, chopped on the ground at first, making the play and stuffing on the bag for the third out. So that will end the inning and round out. That was fielded by Will Hope, the first baseman, subbing in the game and making a big out number 3, unassisted at first, to end the inning. So the Roosters strand the bases loaded, but they do score 2 in the top of the 6th. It's 6-2 Trappers lead going to the bottom half of the 6th inning. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7. Thank you to everybody on my YouTube stream who has been giving feedback on the audio. For whatever reason, I'm not really sure why. Right before the game, it decided to go ahead and clunk out on me. So thank you for keeping me updated on when it's working and not. It's still not working at the quality that I want it to because it's not really... So I'm just having to play it right off my computer. So that's probably why it sounds like I'm in an echo chamber. Hopefully I can get it worked out before tomorrow night's game. I should have pretty much all day to figure it out tomorrow. So hopefully this will work for the remainder of the game. Welcome back in Hyde Stadium here in Pierre, South Dakota. We got a 6-2 ball game. The Trappers lead, trying to take the first 2 games of the opening series against the visiting North Iowa Ragin Roosters. Noah McCreary is the one up at the plate, leading off the bottom half of the 6th. First pitch, that one missed high. So it is still Sage Mcmahon on the mound, going in for his 3rd inning of relief work. 1-0 in there for a called strike 1. Count now even at 1-1. Brandon Hill started the game for the Ragin Roosters. The 1-1 pitch swung on a miss for strike 2. He started the game for the Ragin Roosters on the mound, threw 2 scoreless in the 1st and 2nd, and then gave up 6 runs in the 3rd inning, and then was pulled from the game. The 1-2 to McCreary. Breaking ball. Called strike 3, so punch out looking for the Trappers left fielder. So now we'll have a substitution.
The designated hitter, number 33, Colton Yanish.
One very easily identifiable trait for Colton is the 6'5" frame. Not many people with a bigger frame than Colton. He watches the first pitch in there for a called strike 1. A little bit of a storm front moving in here to Pierre. Big swing and a miss, strike 2 from Yanish. So down in the count now 0-2, and looks like Sage McMahon's got into a bit of a groove, working very fast. Already in the windup, and the 0-2 fouled off to the left side. But as I was saying, we have a bit of a storm front moving in here to Pierre. You can see it counteracting the wind coming from right to left, from right field to left field. The dark sky rolling in. 0-2 breaking ball. That one just did not quite come down enough to the count. 1-2. 2 away here.
Good job.
In the bottoms of the 6th inning. Breaking ball. Good one, and another strike out looking. So 2 breaking balls that buckled the knees of Trappers hitters. First Noah McCreary, and then that one Colton Yanish So back-to-back strikeouts to start the bottom of the 6th inning, and now with 2 away.
First baseman, number
We're
6,
gonna have
Will Hope.
The Long Branch showed up, so top 7 in the league.
Oh, okay.
And then 17.
Still should have about 40 minutes until that storm front moves in here fully. I would assume we can finish by then.
Is it working?
Got a 1-0 count now to Will Hope, first baseman. He started last night and came in as a sub tonight. 1-0 misses high for ball 2. Two and 0 the count. Two 0 in there, taken for strike 1. And another thing about storms, having been born in Oklahoma, currently living there for college, really no storm can scare me at this point with what I see in Stillwater and throughout Oklahoma. We got a big swing and a miss from Hope to make it a 2-2 count. Trying to strike out the side here is Sage Mcmahon. He's on an absolute roll on the mound. But there's just some storms that you see in Oklahoma that make you feel like you're staring straight in to the eyes of something not pretty. 2-2 pitch missed outside, so we got a full count now, 3-2. And the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Sage Mcmahon feeling himself and visibly showing that as he walks off the mound, striking out the side. 3 scoreless frames for Sage Mcmahon in relief. We are through 6 innings. We go to the top of the 7th. The Trappers still lead 6-2. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, over 92.7.
I'm going to record my Monday stuff tomorrow. So, I got the weekend. Oh, goodness. I'm hoping to still be sleeping, but I may not. That just happens.
Your internal clock,
Yeah, we kind of have irregular days, but
especially after last.
yeah, oh my goodness.
Welcome back for the 7th inning here in Pierre, South Dakota.
Leading off for the Ragin Roosters, the shortstop number 2, Caleb Herbert.
It's number 27, Casey Costuza. The first pitch misses well outside, bounces off the backstop for ball 1. And I was informed by my producer, Heather, that the storm that I was just mentioning a few moments ago is slowly growing to where it may be here a little bit sooner than expected. Now it's fouled off straight back by Caleb Herbert. Count now 1-1.
Who's the guy last week? He put in.
So for all those on the YouTube stream, you can see what the sky looks like on your camera. But for those that can't quite see it on my radio broadcast, 92.7, I mean, there's a chance you're somewhere in the area here in Pierre if you're watching, and that one's hit in the right field. Tough play for Seagraves, ending back, jumps up and unable to make the play, so a leadoff base hit off the bat of Caleb Herbert.
Fans now pitching for your Pierre Trappers.
See a very
number
clear
27,
contrast from
Hunter
the
Bryant.
sky, where it cuts off
Now batting for the Ragin Roosters,
Dark to
catching
light.
number
There's
8,
clouds rolling
Craig
in
Getty.
from right field across the diamond, creating a bit of a wicked sunset to my very far right. The 1-1 running for second and losing the grip on that one was. I think we have a new catcher as well. I think we've got Daniel Hobb back there now. So Carson Trumpold is done behind the dish. He threw out two runners on the bases. 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-0 count now. Not 1-1. Before it was 1-0. Better write that down, because that's probably the last time I'll ever be wrong in my entire life. The 2-0 fouled off straight back. 2-1 the count. So catcher Craig Kenny. He's been a menace in this series. 4 hits to his credit. Looking for hit number 5 in the series. The 2-1. Misses in the dirt. All 3. Three and 1 the count. Runner on second base. Top of the 7th inning. 6-2 our score in favor of the Pierre Trappers. 3-1 pitch. That one's chopped slowly down the third base line, and that will roll foul. Round of applause for that heads-up play over there by Colby Rich at third base. It was one of those where you take a gamble and just kind of keep watching it roll down the line in hopes that the higher powers will blow that one foul. That was exactly what happened. Just kind of kept watching it. So it's a foul ball. Full count now to Craig Kenny with a runner on second base. There's sometimes, though, where watching a ball roll foul like that and letting it go can come back to bite you. Not that time. Castusa steps off and checks on the runner at second. Nothing doing, though.
I used to have a punk glove.
The payoff pitch fouled off straight back out of play.
Punk was red. I loved it. The inside was red. It was great.
So we will do the 3-2 once again.
It smelled thick. As long as you didn't overdo it, it was just nice.
One thing I'm confused by right now is how the clouds could be rolling a different direction. The clouds are rolling a different direction than what the wind is blowing down here on the field.
Because I'm a lefty.
I can't even begin to comprehend how that happens. 3-2.
A bunch of gloves, and they were pretty good.
I guess that wasn't 3-2. I don't know. I guess now it's 3-2.
I'm terrible.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was 3-2. I was mistaken. It is now 3-2. Pick off back to second base. Nothing doing.
It's time to get something else too. I need good call. Good call.
Collins, it's first line.
3-2 count now. Craig Kenny, payoff pitch. They're going to ring him up, strike 3. Started to walk towards first base, but instead he's walking back to the dugout, picking up the bat on the way. So a big strikeout there, and we're going to come in here for the field umps and think, talk about something here. This might be weather related. Very well could be weather related. So we're getting some flashes in the sky. I first saw one about a minute ago. So we're meeting out there just past home plate. The 2 umpires, Coach Jamie Habinger and Coach Dakota Greer. As I said, it is weather related. The storm front rolling in, seeing a few flashes of lightning that could potentially call this one early. We're in the top of the 7th. 6-2 the score, the Trappers lead. And I'm going to wait quick to see how they sort this out before I send us to any sort of break. The front has been slowly drifting its way in here for about the last hour. And Heather just informed me it's going to keep getting stronger over the next hour. The storm's coming from the west. So our conference is finished up. And we'll see. We might resume play. So we're going to keep playing. We had a meeting about it. Decided not to call anything yet right now. We're going to keep rolling here. So no need for a commercial break. No need to go anywhere.
The Ragin Roosters, the
We'll stay right here.
Zach Dickerson.
So we will continue after some deliberation from the council. Steps off the plate. Steps off. Checks on the run. Now we're going to go back. Taking out for third. Throw down is not in time, and it bounces away a little bit. Doesn't really matter, though. It's okay. Will Herbert has stolen third base. Runner on third now with one away here in the top of the 7th. Trappers leading 6-2. Zach Dickerson is the batter. The right fielder from Hope International. Raised in Garden Grove, California. One of 10 Californians on the Ragin Roosters roster. In the pitch, that one's skied out to center field. We'll make the play very close to each other. But called off and making the catch, but tagging up to score. So the third run of the game will score for the Ragin Roosters. And as that ball was in the air, we saw another flash of lightning. The third one we have seen now.
Now batting for the Ragin Roosters.
So 63-hour score after the sacrifice fly off the bat of Zach Dickerson. So 2 away here. Sky continuing to get darker. First pitch misses high to Griffin Snyder.
It's moving pretty quick. And it's coming right over to it.
Yeah.
I was expecting maybe.
As Mother Nature tries to foil our plans. 1-0 missed inside again. 2-0 the count.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it goes this way or that way, we've been lucky so far. Because we were supposed to get.
This one's different.
It's looking pretty nasty.
The 2-0. That one missed up for ball 3. So another question I have for my viewers. What type of weather phenomenon is the scariest to you? I know for some it probably is tornadoes. 3-0 pitch. Missed inside for ball 4, so that's a 4-pitch walk. So now a runner on first base with 2 away. Could be tornadoes, could be
Roosters, the
hurricanes.
designated hitter number 1.
Just depends
Pierre,
on what your
Ragin.
phobia is. Mine personally, probably a tsunami, just because I'm afraid of the ocean and what it can do, its capabilities. I love the beach, love going to the ocean. First pitch misses outside to Jarrett Brannon, who singled in the first run of this game for the Ragin Roosters. We have another flash of lightning off to the left side of the play.
I swear I thought he just said something.
Breaking ball, that one misses.
They might call it after this happening. I think they want to see what happens.
2-0. Sliced foul out of play to the left side. 2-1 the count now. And I'm pretty sure that my producer Heather would probably go storm chase any type of storm. She let me know that weather is a big time thing for her. And right as I say that, she texts me and says, I want to chase tornadoes. What's the timing of that? 2-1 in the dirt, misses. Throw down to second, not in time. So that's a stolen base for Griffin Snyder. Second stolen base of the inning. The first one ultimately resulted in a run scoring. The 3-1. Sliced fair down the left field line. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. That's going to be an RBI double from Jarrett Brandon, his second RBI of the game and his third of the series. And all of a sudden, what do we have here? We've got a 2-run game. 4 consecutive runs scored over the last couple of innings for the Ragin Roosters.
Ragin Roosters, the first baseman, number 12.
And now here we are. We've got a game on our hands. The tying run now at the plate. It'll be the first baseman, Jordan Kelly. That one swung on and missed. Count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, that one missed in the dirt, and so that will allow for the runner to take third. So Jarrett Brandon now on third base after the wild pitch. Six to 4 the score in favor of the Trappers in the top of the 7th inning, but these last 2 innings, the Ragin Roosters have been mounting a comeback. 2-1 misses high. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. Wild pitch. 2-1 count. Six to 4 the score in favor of the Trappers in the top of the 7th inning, but these last 2 innings, the Ragin Roosters have been mounting a comeback. Here we go, it's high. 2-2 count now. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. This is inside, so we now go full to a 3-2 count. Wild pitch. 2-1 count. Sky. 6 to 4 the score in favor of the Trappers in the top of the 7th inning, but these last 2 innings, the Ragin Roosters have been mounting a comeback. Here we go, it's high. 2-2 count now. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. This is inside, so we now go full to a 3-2 count. 3-2. Wild pitch. 2-1 count. This a fire for 3-2. That one just missed for ball 4. Now we're going to get out of this guy. 2 foul out. 6 to 4 the score in favor of the Trappers in the top of the 7th inning, but these last 2 innings, the Ragin Roosters have been mounting a comeback. Here we go, it's high. 2 count now. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. This is inside, so we now go full to a 3-2 count. 3-2. Wild pitch. 2-1 count. 6 to 4 the fire for 3-2. That one just missed for ball 4. Now we're going to get out of this guy. 2 foul out. 6 to 4 the score in favor of the Trappers in the top of the 7th inning, but these last 2 innings, the Ragin Roosters have been mounting a comeback. Here we go, it's high. 2 count now. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. This is inside, so we now go full to a 3-2 count. 3-2. Wild pitch. 2-1 count. 6 to 4 the fire for 3-2. That one just missed for ball 4. Now we're So here we go now. First pitch. Swung on and missed by Cameron Rendon. I was told I just had double audio for my stream. I think that I just fixed it. Someone let me know if I did. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off to the left side. So 0-2 is the count. I think I just fixed the double audio issue. I think I know what it was. I was pulling up it in the other tab. Hopefully it's fixed now. Someone let me know if it is. The 0-2. That's hit high. Perhaps playable into left field. It'll be Jackson Mix that tracks it down in foul ground to end the inning. So 6-4 is our score. Going to the bottom of the 7th inning. 6-4 the score. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I gotta sprint.
Alright.
Oh, what the heck?
This is one song, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what because I wasn't even doing the computer. That was just weird.
Let's see how long we let this go. How's it working out that one? Oh, these guys are lined up over there. I'm gonna get this one.
Hey, Trappers fans, we want to say a big happy 44th birthday today to Greg. Happy birthday, Greg. Thanks for joining us here at Hyde Stadium. Leading all
We're about
four
set
of
here at the
Trappers,
bottom of
number
the
8,
7th inning.
the third baseman,
In Hyde Stadium, the
Kobe
Trappers lead
Ritz.
6-4, trying to hold on here on this Friday night.
Did he come in for?
First pitch line to the right side, jumping up and making the catch. Nice catch by the first baseman, Jordan Kelly. That is the first out of the inning. So now we'll have Gabriel Arroyo subbed in as a center fielder just a couple of innings ago.
Now batting for the Trappers,
So with one
number
away.
24, Andrew Copeland.
Lefty Gabriel Arroyo. That one misses eye. So once again, pitching is Sage McMahon. He's been on an absolute tear. 3 scoreless frames. That one's skied out of play for a foul ball. 1-1 the count. During this past commercial break, I sprinted outside quick to see what the weather was about. I think I felt a raindrop, although it could have just been a little bit of moisture off of one of the beer cans. Down into the left field and
slips.
making the catch.
Okay, toilet paper
The
time.
left fielder, Easton,
Good, right?
for out number 2. Trappers
It's probably me not doing
scored 6 in the 3rd inning and have been held silent since then.
Oh, okay.
So Trevor Seagrave's back up now for the 2nd time tonight for him.
Now batting for the Trappers, number 1, Trevor Seagraves.
With 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th.
But you know, like you said to me about something else, they probably 99% of the people don't know.
When I see a throw down, I
So here we go.
and then I forget it.
First pitch to Seagraves. It fouled straight back towards me and it just thudded off the roof. Count 0-1. McMahon is set. That one's hit over to second base. And we will have another 1-2-3 inning. Sage McMahon, have yourself a night. Relief appearance, 4 shutout innings. Trappers held silent once again.
Fans
We
that
go
do
to the
Trappers
8th.
like to thank
Trappers
all our
lead 6-4.
sponsors,
You're listening to
including
Trappers
Dickerson
Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River
Ragin,
92.7.
Speedway Laundry, Shells, Delta Dental, and First Dakota National Bank.
Big thank you to everybody on the YouTube live right now. Thanks for hanging with during these technical difficulties we've had tonight. Sometimes you just have nights where nothing wants to work. This is one of those nights, I guess, but you're still bearing with and listening, so I appreciate that. And I'll figure it out. Don't you worry, just bear with me. Just game number 2 of the season. I'm fairly new to this, as a 20-year-old kid.
When I close the door, I can't see because it's too messed up.
So it'll get better. I'll figure the equipment all out.
I think this is becoming like a favorite Trapper.
Pretty sharp, yes.
Really, all the ones
Leading off for the Ragin Roosters, the left fielder, number 4, Nick Easton.
Welcome back here for the start of the 8th inning. The Ragin Roosters trying to continue their comeback that they put up these last 2 innings. They were down 6-0. It is now 6-4 as we start the 8th inning.
Switch people out.
First pitch, that one missed. And we still got Casey Costuza on the mound. And that one's in there for a strike. Count 1-1. First batter in the top of the 8th inning. That's in there, taken for strike 2. And quickly working the 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Nick Easton goes down swinging for the first out of the 8th. Trappers need to record 5 more outs here to hold on in game number 2.
Now batting for the Raging Roosters, the center fielder, number 27, Dane Nakatsuka.
Trying to beat the weather, which has been slowly rolling in the entire night. Now Dane Nakatsuka, first pitch, in there for a called strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Nakatsuka takes a breaking ball that just missed inside. Count now even at 1-1. Trappers trying to start 2-0. One misses outside. Last season, Trappers went just 17-45. And it seems like we'll be able to get the rest of this game in. That one's lined down the right side, foul. Just foul. Would have probably been extra bases for Dane Nakatsuka. Instead, it'll be a 2-2 count. Once again, a big shout out to my producer, Heather, who's been keeping me updated on the weather. Looks like we should be good to finish this game out with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 2-2 pitch to Nakatsuka, chopped slowly on the infield. Third base, Rich tries to get it, he cannot. Tough play to be made there, and no play ultimately was made. So that'll be an infield single for Dane Nakatsuka, and that brings the tying run to the plate. It'll be Caleb Herbert. Trying to complete this 6-run comeback. First pitch, missed outside. And as I said, there is someone out warming up in the Trappers bullpen. I can't see the number because of the high wooded fence. 1-0. Nakasuga on the move, and he's going to slide in ahead of the tags. That's a stolen base. And since Carson Trumbull has been subbed out of this game, the Ragin Roosters have tried to start taking bags. They've become a bit more successful these last 2 innings. With the runner now in scoring position with 1 out. That one's hit high within the infield. We'll see if it stays in play. Oak watches it drift foul out of play. So no play was made on that one. And the rain has started to come down here. Light rain. I haven't seen any more lightning. I would assume we'll just play through this rain, but we'll see. Some light rain coming down, so some fans starting to take cover a little bit. The 1-1. Off speed, missed. Count 2-1. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Count now full 3-2. You know, I just thought about my camera that's out there for all the YouTube live people. It's behind home plate. I think that it's safe from the rain. Even if not, it's fine. 3-2 pitch gets away and allows Nakasuka to take third, so it's a walk. And now there are runners on the corners.
Now batting for the
So
Ragin
runners on the
Roosters,
corners.
the catcher number 8, Craig Kenny.
Still 1 away. And it is now Craig Kinney up to bat. He has been trouble. He's been trouble in this series. Been a tough out for the Trappers. 4 hits. Looking for 5. And first pitch swing into center field. Ranging in is Arroyo. Going to be no play made at home. So Nakasuka tags and scores with ease. And we now have a 1-run game. 6-5. 6-5 the score. So an RBI. The wind is starting to pick up here. I'm sure my YouTube people might be able to get the crowd. Wind's picking up, starting to swirl. Weather certainly making this for an interesting finish as the first pitch in there for a called strike. We're going to turn down the crowd audio. So the wind does not be heard in that one. Spikes in the dirt. And advancing from first to third. And that's going to roll into the outfield. Oh, and he slipped Caleb Herbert. So Caleb Herbert tried to round third and maybe score on the wild throw from the catcher, but was unable to. So he had to slide back into third. That could have tied the game. But instead, it remains 6-5.
Yeah.
Daniel have tried to throw over to third. Caleb Herbert stole 2 bags on the wild pitch. 1-1 count. That one's hit foul out of play. The weather definitely playing a factor now. Late on in this game. 6-5 score with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. The 1-2 misses high. Having to duck out of the way of that one, Zach Dickerson. Count now 2-2, and we'll see if that mistake proves costly for Caleb Herbert. The 2-2, taken for strike 3. That'll end the inning. So that does prove costly. The slip at third base from Caleb Herbert. It would have tied the game at 6. Instead, The Trappers hold on to a 6-5 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Trappers need 3 more outs to close this one out. But first, they'll try to add on some insurance runs. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7. Big shout out to my YouTube chat. Thank you all for listening. Rich Shangro, yes, enjoying your call on the game would be nice for the count and the outs displayed. Completely agree with you, and I'm working my way to that. Trying to still figure out the whole Streamlabs setup. I kind of prioritize just getting a working live stream out there so you guys could at least watch before trying to add the advanced stuff, but I will. I'll get there, don't you worry. Just bear with me for a little while, and I'll get in the groove of things, and we'll get it all figured out.
Leading off for your Pierre Trappers, number 17, Daniel Hab.
And welcome back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. As we were away, we had the first pitch of the inning thrown in there to Daniel Hab, and it was a cold strike. And that one just fired in there from Mcmahon, is ball 1. So a 1-1 count now to Daniel Hab, the catcher. Bottom of the 8th, he's going to hit that one right back to Mcmahon. Makes the play, slowly trots over and tosses that one to first base. For out number 1.
Now batting
So now,
number 7,
with 1 down,
Andrew Beaver.
Andrew Beaver. He started this game as the right fielder, and he's been in there the entire time. One of few that has not been subbed out. Coach Jamie Habiger trying to take advantage of his depth and get guys in there. First pitch to Beaver. That one's hit right back to McMahon as well. Going to be a tough play. Throws to first in time. He did get him. So showing the composure there is McMahon. Sage McMahon been absolutely dominant since coming in the 4th inning.
Now batting for
That one
your
bounced
Trappers, number
the hit.
4, Jackson
Rolled to the right, stayed
Mix.
with it, and made a strong throw to first. So 2 quick outs for the Trappers in the bottom of the 8th, trying to add some insurance up by just 1 run. Jackson Mix now batting. Fastball and misses high. The sun pretty much fully set now. Fully dark skies, so it made it a little bit harder to see the contrast from the dark clouds that have been rolling over here.
I don't think it's meant to be long.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, it's slammed.
The 1-0 pitch by McMahon. Fouled off straight back by Jackson Mix. Down now 1-1. 6-5 our score. Trappers lead. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Trappers need just 3 more outs to close this game out. Before that, they're trying to add some insurance.
Between what they have and what we have. And they're supposed to give us 40.
So that one's fired in there.
But they were
It misses for a ball.
So
So 2-1 to
This is
count.
what they gave us. I'm like,
The rain mostly stopped here.
What's his face?
It was coming down pretty hard the last half inning.
That's it.
The 2-1 to Jackson Mix. That one bounced in the dirt and skips away for ball
Maybe
3.
a game and a half ago,
So-
we get rough and do, we can go ahead and call it an official game. but-
We were close, it seemed like, about an inning and a half ago to calling the game for weather.
Rain started to come down,
But then we decided to stick with it, and the Ragin Roosters had mounted a comeback. They were down 6-0, and it is now 6-5. And they nearly scored the tying run in the top of the 8th. The 3-1 pitch to Jackson Mix misses in the dirt for a 2-out walk. We had a passed ball in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. And it allowed for the runner to
Now
advance
batting
from
for
first
the
to third.
Trappers, number 23, Noah
It was Caleb
McCreary.
He advanced from first to third, and then on the throw down to third, it skipped away from the third baseman
Got it.
into left field and would have been probably an easy 6th run to tie the game, but instead Herbert slipped while he was rounding third base, and eventually that run was not able to score. And I'm now joined very quickly and impromptu by John Hunt, my GM. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's been an exciting one, and one that I think it looked like nearly got called about an inning and a half ago because of the weather.
Yeah, we were down there. The coaches went out. I talked to Jamie, and they decided to try to keep playing. And they had to finish that inning anyways to make it an official game. And then it looked like the storm was going to go away for a minute. And then the rains came down, but they didn't see the lightning. And I think that would have been the key. If we would have seen any kind of lightning bolts, they would have had to stop it for 30 minutes and then go from there.
Saw some flashes
Yes.
within the clouds,
Yes.
but no definitive bolts or strikes. So we've got quite a game here. The 1-1 pitch to Noah
Ooh,
McCreary,
up and
dusting
in.
him off, up and in. I don't know what it is. Every time you join me, Trappers are getting thrown up and in.
Well, here's the other thing. Every time I join you, we get a couple runs, and now the game got tight, so I figured I'd come here and see if this
It
helps.
sure did get tight. Sage Mcmahon came in the 4th inning in relief, and he has been lights out.
Pop
That
up
one's
straight back.
popped up. The wind will carry that one out, but hear that one bounce
Hit the
off
top of the
tin.
press box, yeah.
Tin roof. We've had a few of those.
Tin roof. Rusty.
I like the Top Gun hat.
Thank you,
You're on
sir.
Top Gun.
Top
You had
Gun
the
night.
Aviators earlier.
I know, but it's getting too dark. I was running into people, and they thought I was drunk, so I figured I better take them off.
You'd probably be disappointed in me if I told you I've never seen Top Gun.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I know. I've had people that I've worked with, and I'll say a Ferris Bueller thing, and they're like, "What's that?"
I've seen Ferris Bueller, so I
Okay.
can at least have that much credit. The 2-2 pitch from McCreary, that's a overpowering fastball swung on a missed strike 3, so the Trappers need 3 more outs to close this one out, trying to win the first 2 games of the season, up 6-5. And we're going to go to the top of the 9th, and I think that we'll have John back with us in the top of the 9th when we come back from commercial break. Listening to the Trappers, on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for a chance to win. And we'd like to thank a few of our game day sponsors as well. Cowboys,
Are you turning your levels now?
Capital Sports,
Like between
The
the
Long
innings?
Branch,
For this one, I have
Michelle,
because I have
Malton,
to cancel my
Barrett
check.
Photography, and Beck Motors.
But I can.
No, I mean, just be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure nobody walks in here.
Yeah.
You know, in the back room.
Oh, yeah. I got it figured out at least for now.
What was the problem?
It just, for whatever reason, it just like stopped accepting my USB thing, and so I would try to switch it back, and it still wasn't working. So what I had to do, at least for the time being, until I figured out, this is muted. Okay, it's all muted here. But at least for the time being, until I figured it out, I had to just like, switch it to my laptop. But they've been helping me out with chat. They've been telling me when it's been working, when it's not. So I've been shouting them out.
Cool.
Shout out to my YouTube chat out there. Thank you to everybody watching. We've got an exciting finish coming up here. We're about to start the top of the 9th. Should be a fun finish.
I hear Big Daddy in my ears. Tokyo is a great.
And welcome back in for the top of the 9th here at Hyde Stadium.
We're talking sushi, but I'm back in the game. They said sushi, and I'm like, where can you get good sushi in Pierre? I know that DRG just had the ad, but I got to go try it out. They talked me into it. I'm a sushi guy.
I
Anyways.
love sushi as well. Anything that involves crab, I'm down. Crab is like my favorite meat of all time.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of sushi. I know some people aren't. As we get in our chat, we have Lisa Gibson saying, saw Top Gun Maverick earlier today, and it was awesome.
Right? Well, you got to tell this guy to watch the first Top Gun before you go see Top Gun Maverick. So that means you might have to do it because, you know, I might be having a little surprise for our team on Tuesday.
Okay.
Oh, well, You're going to be on the road.
I'll be on the road, so it won't be as.
All right, we might have to save yours for you come back.
Okay, that is perfectly fine, and we're about to start here. At the top of the ninth, but first we're going to get a mound visit.
Again, he's going to ask what to get Millie and Jimmy for their wedding present.
So it's Griffin Snyder up at the plate. And some of my papers, over the course of when the wind was really howling, some of my papers completely blew away.
Okay.
You live and you learn, you roll with it.
Hustling back. Again, we want to get this thing done before any other weather comes our way. Though I think, I'll pull up the radar right now. I've got it on my phone. We'll give you the official. It just says light rain, but it does say severe thunderstorm watch, but it says the rain should be stopping in the next 14 minutes.
We'll see if the game is over by then. And that one, the
Little
bunch
pop,
rounds
bump.
popped up.
Oh,
and that one's
my.
gonna get down in the throw to first. Still in.
Yes! What a play by the pitcher.
Wow, Logan McKeever
Yeah.
in there to pitch. Popped up the bunt. It should have been trouble immediately.
Well, he
Would've been a
charged.
tough play.
He charged the plate, thinking the bunt was going to go down. When he saw the guy go down the bunt, he charged the plate like you should. But the bunt was a pop-up, which popped over his head. He turned around, scooped, and did a 360 spin, like old school Michael Jordan. Made the throw to first.
Talk about some poise from Logan McKeever, and that is the first out. And the Trappers need just 2 more outs to close out this game. First pitch chopped straight back. Jarrett Brannon trying to keep it alive. So 0-1 the count. Logan McKeever. The 0-1 pitch hit on the ground up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So the tying
Ground ball with eyes. There you go.
tying run is now on base for the Ragin Roosters. The go-ahead run is now up to the
Now
plate.
batting for the Ragin
And this
Roosters,
is
the
a
first
save
baseman, number
situation
12,
for
Jordan
Keeper.
Kelly.
Sure is.
That was an interesting to give some description if you can't quite see it. Logan McKeever kissed the ball and held it up to the sky. Excuse me, I kissed this ball.
Maybe some superstition going on there.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Hey, you never know. There's some weird superstitions that I have seen. The locker room at Oklahoma State, they have a Bang energy drink wall. Have you ever heard of those? The Bang energy drinks, the cans. It's got a big.
I heard of Bang. Yes, energy drink.
It seems pretty much just like hardcore caffeine. Probably make you twitch out a little bit if you drink it, but they have a wall of these cans piled up in the Oklahoma State locker room. So there's some weird superstitions and things that you see in baseball, especially
Okay.
kissing a baseball. Not surprising to me, I guess. The first pitch just misses. We have a pinch hitter, Carson Gross. He was
Well-
a third baseman last night.
There are a couple of things that I did yesterday that I made sure I did again today.
Okay, and what would that be?
First thing was, and I'm not a McDonald's fan, but yesterday I ate McDonald's.
Okay.
I had
That one sounds straight back. 1-1 the count.
what are they, McGriddle. I had a sausage McGriddle. So I said, okay, we won last night. So this morning I got up, and on the way to work I got another sausage McGriddle. So if we win tonight, I have to eat another sausage McGriddle tomorrow.
All right.
I have a good super.
Probably not good
So,
for your health, but I mean, it tastes good.
but it's just a tradition. You can't break a streak. You don't mess with a streak.
You're exactly right. It's one of those things. You just gotta go with it. One misses in the dirt. And so, my friend Vince in the YouTube chat brings up a good point. With the weather, would there still be an extra inning home run derby if we are tied?
As long as we would be eligible to play any other inning, the answer is yes.
So, Vince, I believe the answer to that question would be yes. If we are in a tie situation, we would have extra innings in the form of a home run derby. The 2-1 pitch fouled off straight back.
And if the weather stays away, which now it looks like the radar is saying rain ending in 14 minutes, and it's only very light rain right now, we could see that. Though I think the Trappers would like to end this
Definitely.
2 outs from right now.
Got a little bit lucky in the top of the 8th when Caleb Herbert slipped rounding third base, and he might have tied the game. If he hadn't slipped, we had to go back to third and ended up not scoring. The 2-2 pitch hit on the ground, just foul down that first baseline.
And I'm going to have to jump at 2 outs so I can be down there when we finish this. Because that's another one of those things that I did yesterday. Well, that too, but I did it yesterday. And so we get to the second out. I got to rush out of the press box. I'll turn it back to you.
I always enjoy the impromptu visits. They're fun.
And I think you were mentioning that the listeners were enjoying it. And again, it's another one of those things. I think if we need a little boost on the field, I come and join you, man. And
Absolutely.
anytime you let me, I'll do it.
Oh, for sure. The 2-2 pitch.
Swing
on
and a
and
miss.
So now the Trappers need just one more out to close this thing down.
And I'm going to let you finish this as I go down to the field for the third out, my friend.
Sounds great, my friend. I'll see you later. Go have fun. Just enjoy it.
Don't
Try to stay dry. You know, I think that the rain has stopped.
It was horrible.
Trappers need just one more out. Logan the keeper trying to record the
Number
save.
3, Cameron Rendell.
So now we will have Cameron Rendon in there as the final out. Trying to keep this game alive. The tying run is on first base. First pitch. That one misses for ball 1. Trappers trying to take game 2 of the series. They won game 1 last night. 13-4. Trying to hold on here. 6-5 our score. The 1-0 pitch. Bounced in the dirt, misses again, but a nice block there. Keeping that one in front. Not allowing that tying run to advance to second. A 2-0 is the count. Garrett Arnold is behind the plate now. Our third catch we've seen in the game for the Trappers. Trying to close it out. Need just one more out to do it. 2-0. That one misses low as well. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. And now at this point, if you walk Cameron Rendon, you're going to have the tying run in scoring position with 2 down. For Nick Eastham, who awaits on deck. The 3-0 pitch, that's taken for strike 1. So battling back there with a fastball right down Broadway, Logan McKeever. One more out needed for the Trappers, leading 6-5. The 3-1, that's in there for strike 2, and stealing second base, and that's going to bounce away. Won't matter, will be no advancement beyond that. So stolen base for Jarrett Brannon. And so the tying run will be in scoring position regardless. But just one more strike needed for the Trappers. Tying run at second, 6-5 the score. Here in the top of the 9th inning, we've got a full count for Cameron Rendon. Logan McKeever trying to lock it down. Looks in for the sign. Taking his time, trying to make sure that he's on the same page as Garrett Arnold. The 3-2 pitch. That one's hit foul off to the right side, so we will do it once again. 6-5 our score in the top of the 9th inning. Full count. Logan McKeever trying to close it out. Cameron Rendon, 3-2 count. And the payoff pitch. That one's checked foul. Somehow made contact, and that one bounced off the cages and back onto the playing surface. The Trappers scored 6 runs in the 3rd inning, but have been held scoreless since then, thanks to Sage McMahon tossing 5 innings of shutout. But the Trappers trying to close it out here. Just need one more strike. The 3-2 breaking ball that misses. So that's going to be a 2-out walk. And there are now runners on first and second. So Nick Eastham will get a chance to try and tie up this game here in the top of the 9th. Trappers trying to close it out here at home. Hyde Stadium. Weather cooperating with us just enough to allow us to finish out this fantastic game on a Friday night. First pitch to Eastham in there for strike 1. So McKeever gets ahead in this count after falling behind 3-0 in the previous count. Runners on first and second. McKeever gets set. The 0-1 misses inside. It's a righty-righty matchup. Eastham from Moorhead, Kentucky, goes to midway. And he's trying to tie up this game in the ninth. The 1-1 breaking ball missed inside as well. Count now 2-1. No action in the Trappers bullpen, so it looks like this inning is Logan McKeever's inning no matter what happens. He's going to try to get this final out any way that he can. And that one is hit up the middle for a base hit. Rounding third. And Brandon will score. We are tied in the ninth, and that gets away. And it looks like Rendon will score as well. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, the Ragin Roosters lead in the ninth. An RBI single, and then the throw gets away back on the infield and allows 2 runs to score. So just like that, the Ragin Roosters take the lead and complete their 6-run comeback. Clutch piece of hitting from Nick Eastham, and he drives in Jared Brennan and Cameron Rendon, and it is now 7-6. So we're back to the top of the order after the 2-out clutch hitting. And we've got Dane Nakasuka fouling that one straight back for strike 1. So as a reminder, it is now 7-6. North Iowa leads after they were trailing 6-0 after 3 innings of play. And they just took the lead with 2 outs in the ninth.
Very strong.
Logan McKeever trying to just get out of the inning as Nakasuka gives a pretty good charge into that one to the right field. Back at the wall, and it's gone! 2-run home run off the bat of Dane Nakasuka, and that is some insurance in the ninth. Nakasuka put a charge into that one, used the wind that is blowing out to right field to help, and there was no shot at making a play on that one. 2-run bomb to complete a 4-run inning here in the ninth, all of them with 2 outs. And just like that, the Roosters lead 9-6. That was a pretty good swing there from the lefty Dane Nakasuka.
Now,
And a huge home run to provide some insurance. And with nobody else warming up in the pen, this is going to be Logan McKeever's inning. But the damage has already been done with 2 outs in the ninth. The Trappers needed just 1 out to end the game. But instead, the Ragin Roosters fought back. And the first pitch misses for a ball to Caleb Herbert. So now ultimately, Caleb Herbert slipping at third base in the 8th doesn't matter anymore because they came back anyway, and he's going to sky that one playable in foul ground. Will Hawk slips and makes the catch on his back. So a bit of a tough play to make there, but the play is made and the inning is finally over. 4 runs scored in the top of the ninth. The Ragin Roosters take a lead, and now Pierre is down to their final 3 outs. We're going to go to the bottom of the ninth, but first we're going to take a break here. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7.
Or something like that. Something to pump them on.
Quite a 2-run rally there, YouTube chat, wouldn't you say? Some clutch hitting with 2 outs. So Vince, we'll have to see if the Trappers can mount a rally to get us to an extra inning home run derby. They got to score 3. And Miss Paula McMahon, it looks like Sage is going to go out to try to close out the game. We've got the bottom of the ninth coming up here at Hyde Stadium. It was a drama-filled top 9.
Leading
The
off
Ragin
for
Roosters were
your
down to their final
Trappers,
out
number
and scored
33,
4 runs.
Colton
They took the lead off 2
Yanish.
RBI single up the middle, and they added on with a 2-run home run off the bat of Dane Nakasuka. So now the Trappers need 3 to keep this going beyond the 9th. And that's swung on and fouled off by Colton Yanish, the 6'5" machine. And it is Sage McMahon back out for his 6th inning. He has been unbelievable for the Ragin Roosters. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt and misses. So ultimately for the Trappers here, what you need is base runners early in the inning. The best way to get back into it. The 1-1 to Yanish. Chopped and missed. Count now 1-2. Trappers trailing 9-6. In the bottom of the 9th, down to their final 3 outs, chasing 3 runs. The righty, Sage McMahon, 1-2. Chopped and missed, but it rolls to the backstop. So we have a drop third strike, and Yanish will reach. A little bit of confusion, as I don't think that Yanish realized that it was a drop third strike. So kind of hesitated on his way down to first, but it went far enough back there to allow for him to take the base anyway. So even after a strikeout, the Trappers are able to get their leadoff man on.
This is the same thing that happened.
But we're going to have a little bit of a discussion here by the umpires near the mound to see whether or not maybe that was foul tipped. Could be about the only thing that I would think. McMahon pleading his case. Colton Yanish standing over there at first. It was called the drop third strike, and Yanish reached safely. But they're, I believe, checking to see whether or not it was foul tipped. If it is, we're going to have to redo it again with a 1-2 count. So they're going to say, no, it was not foul tipped. They're going to say that's a drop third strike, and he reaches safely. So leadoff man is on. And now the Trappers have some life. So now batting, we got Will Hope, the first baseman. He checked in a few innings ago. He went 0 for 2 last night, but he was also hit by pitch twice. 2 of the 5 hit by pitch the Trappers saw last night. He scored 1 run as well. An Oklahoma City native, trying to continue this 9th inning rally. First pitch, fouled off straight back. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the 9th. Trappers need 3 runs to tie. Leadoff man reached on a drop third strike. Sage McMahon trying to close it out.
You hear the music that just started playing something.
The 0-1 bounces in the dirt and misses, and Yanish will take second base. So that eliminates the double play, and the count is now 1-1. A couple of tough bounces there from Craig Kinney, the catcher, who has been lights out in the batter's box this series. Had 2 of them get by him now. The 1-1, that's lined into shallow center, and that'll get down for a base hit. Yanish will be held at third, and now we have runners on the corners with still nobody out. So a drop third strike and then a base hit from Will Hope, and a tying run for the Trappers is now at the plate with still nobody out. And it's going to be the third baseman, Colby Rich.
Now batting for the Trappers, number 8, Colby Rich.
Trappers down 9-6 in the game. They need 3 runs to tie. Ragin Roosters scored 4 in the top of the 9th to take a lead and then add on to that. In we'll see just how impactful that 2-run home run from Dane Nakasuka is. First pitch, that's lined up the middle for a base hit. That gets down, 1 run will score, and the runner will stay. Actually, they'll advance because it gets by the right fielder, and now we have runners on second and third with no outs. So an RBI single from Colby Rich, scores 1, and then it gets by the right fielder, Dickerson, goes through the wickets, and now we've got the tying run at second with no outs. So perhaps we will see some craziness. Nolan Summerfield in my YouTube chat said before this inning started, keep the faith, lots of ball game left. We've seen crazier things. For now, we're going to have a mound visit. The crazier things have been happening these first 3 batters. A drop third strike, and then 2 base hits. And here we go. Now would probably be a good time for me to update the score. 9-7 after the mound visit. Quick mound visit. Just a 2-run game now. And as a reminder, if we go to extra innings, it's not a true extra inning format. It is a home run derby, where if I remember the rules correctly, each team selects 3 batters, and all 3 batters get 5 swings. Whoever has the most home runs. And Gabriel Arroyo batting now, and he takes the first pitch strike. Arroyo checked in a few innings ago, and he's playing center field now. He walked twice last night. 0-1 misses high. And if it wasn't for the Dane Nakasuka 2-run home run, Trappers wouldn't have the winning run on third base with no outs. That one is spiked in the dirt for a ball. Count now 2-1. Trappers trying to continue with his 9th inning rally. And the pitch misses in the dirt as well. 3-1 the count. On deck, Trevor Seagraves. Tying run on second base. Winning run at the plate. Gabriel Arroyo is that winning run, and he's at a 3-1 count. And he check swings, nubs it off the end of the bat, so the count is now full at 3-2. Sage Mcmahon entered the game on the mound for the Ragin Roosters in the 4th. And he had pitched shutouts in 5 consecutive innings up until now, where he's in some trouble. And there is no one warming in the pen for the Ragin Roosters. So as was the case for McKeever in the last inning, this is McMahon's inning. And that's hit up the middle for a base hit as well. 3 straight hits. And 1 run will score, and both guys fall down, and now we have a pickle. And it looks like Colby Rich is going to be out. So that could have tied the game, but both guys running home slipped. Will Hoke slipped, but he was able to score. And then Colby Rich slipped and fell, and he was thrown out. Gabriel Arroyo was able to advance to second base on the play at the plate. So the tying run still remains on second. But talk about a crazy sequence. And that one, you can probably blame that on the rain. Wettening the playing surface a little bit. Maybe causing some slipping to happen. Both guys fell in pretty much the same spot in the same way. So now 1 out. Seagraves, big swing and a miss. Got a crazy ending to this game. Game 2 of the Expedition League season. Trappers needing 1 run to tie. The 0-1 to Seagraves, taken for strike 2. Crowd doesn't like it. But now an 0-2 count. So we've had 3 times now. Well, I guess 2. Where a runner has slipped somewhere between third and home, and it's cost a team a run, 1 each. Now the ump will call time, I think give a warning over there to the Trappers' dugout. Gabriel Arroyo is at second base. He's the tying run with 1 out. 0-2 count for the righty, Trevor Seagraves. The 0-2 mixes in the dirt, staying alive. We've seen 2 passed balls in this inning from Sage McMahon. Passed ball here would advance, most likely advance, Gabriel Arroyo to third. Trappers have 2 outs to play with, but a 1-2 count. 1-2. Called strike 3, and then on the move to third, and thrown out! That's a game-ending double play! Strike him out, throw him out. What a throw down from Craig Kenny to third base, and they got Gabriel Arroyo gunned down at third. So that will end the game. A stunning finale in the bottom of the 9th for the Trappers. They were going to tie the game. The tying run was rounding third, but Colby Rich slipped and fell and was thrown out at home. And then we have a strike him out, throw him out to end the game. So a brutal sequence in the top of the 9th and the bottom of the 9th for the Trappers. And that'll end it. Final score, Ragin Roosters 9, Trappers 8. We'll come back for some post-game analysis. But first, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7. Well, YouTube chat, talk about a finish, I guess, right?
I think that, but I'm very pro umpire, but that was an embarrassing show right there.
Talk about a finish.
What a finish, though, for sure.
I don't know if you guys are able to see that final play at third because my camera doesn't zoom out that far. Once I get a further extension cord, I'm going to move it towards the middle, move it right behind home plate so that way you guys can see, especially the plays at third. But that was crazy. Crazy finish, and I'm glad you guys were here to watch with me. Thanks for being involved. I want you guys to be involved as much as possible, and I'll keep shouting you out on the air, keep interacting with you guys. But what a crazy game.
It was a soft spot.
We'll have some post-game stuff here. I think we'll be able to get Coach Jamie up here.
So we finished, huh?
We'll just have to see how things play out.
Okay. We did get those to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we had them, yes. 5 leads, but we still.
Well, there's no consistency behind the pitcher that strikes it. Oh my goodness. What's that?
My first reaction.
Stay cool. At the Baker time.
Oh, yeah, we would. Thank you for everything, sir. Again.
But you appreciate for the smooth tonight.
I think so too. I think this was me. Better because maybe sick. Good job, man. Thank you.
And we are back here at Hyde Stadium. We are back in here at Hyde Stadium after a crazy final sequence of events here in the top of the 9th and the bottom of the 9th. The Trappers fall 9-8 to the visiting North Iowa Ragin Roosters, and that is the Ragin Roosters' first victory in team history. Couldn't be much of a crazier one to call your first. In the top of the 9th, the Ragin Roosters were down to their final out and then got an RBI single up the middle and scored 2 after a wild throwback into the infield. And then it was Dane Nakasuka driving one out of here with a 2-run home run. And now after the events that transpired in the bottom of the 9th, we see just how impactful that 2-run home run was from Nakasuka. Because without it, the Trappers would have walked it off and won 8-7. Instead, they fall 9-8 after what really is an undescribable sequence of events there down from that third base to home stretch of 90 feet. It was a base hit up the middle by Gabriel Arroyo with no outs, with 1 out in the 9th. No, actually, it was no outs. Base it up the middle from Gabriel Arroyo with no outs in the ninth. Would have scored 2 easily. But as he was rounding third and rounding towards home, Colby Rich slipped and fell. Could be because of some wet grass that we saw because of some rain in the later part of this game. Colby Rich slipped and fell. So instead of tying the game at 9, he was tagged out at home. And then we had a strike him out, throw him out situation at third base to end the game. And it was Craig Kinney throwing out Gabriel Arroyo on the base paths after striking out Trevor Seagraves on the same pitch. So 9-8, the final score in this game. And last night it was the Trappers winning 13-4 after being out-hit 11-7. Tonight the Trappers fall despite out-hitting the Ragin Roosters 11-6. So it comes back and bites the Trappers tonight. It was a great game from start to finish. The Trappers were ahead 6-0 after 3 innings, but that was when the door was slammed shut by Sage Mcmahon, who came in and pitched 5 shutout innings from the 4th through the 8th, and then able to close it out in the 9th, just barely able to close it out. So a crazy game here, and we're going to have another one tomorrow between these same 2 teams. Have another one tomorrow and then another one on Sunday to conclude the 4-game series. Series now tied 1-1, and we're going to take a quick break here and come back, hopefully, with Coach Jamie Habiger, the head coach of the Trappers. We're going to go try to track him down quick while we take a quick break. We'll be back here. You're listening to Trappers Baseball on the voice of the Trappers, River 92.7. Welcome back in here for the Trapper Rap post-game show. As we're waiting here, trying to track down Coach Jamie Habiger for a post-game interview. It's a bit new for him as well. Trying to track him down after a crazy finish here at Hyde Stadium, where the Trappers fall 9-8, coming up just short in the bottom of the 9th. It was the top of the 9th rally. They gave the Ragin Roosters the lead. They completed a 6-run comeback and ended up taking the game 9-6. And I think that I see Coach Jamie starting to trot his way up here, so he's working his way up. I think we'll have him here in a moment with you, so I'll start getting that all prepped. But it was Logan the keeper that was on the mound at the top of the 9th, and he was an out away from closing out the game. But instead, the 2-out rally that I mentioned resulted in the Ragin Roosters taking the lead and ultimately closing it out. So the weather definitely played its part in the conclusion of this game. And I am now joined by Coach Jamie Habiger of the Trappers. And Coach, thank you for joining me here on the post game. And really not many ways you can describe that ninth inning. That was just a crazy sequence of events, and it just happened to fall the other way. What was your take on that ninth inning?
Yeah, it was a tough one. We shouldn't even come down to the ninth inning. We let them hang around and kept them in the game, and they took advantage of it.
In that ninth inning, it looked like Colby was going to try to score the tying run, and it looked like he slipped. Do you think that had anything to do with maybe the rain, the grass being a little bit wet, anything like that? Because both Colby and I think it was actually Will slipped at pretty much in the same spot.
Yeah. It might have been a little wet, but he had his feet moving under him, and baseball guys just didn't have it out for us tonight. That's all.
Sage Mcmahon came in relief for the Ragin Roosters after you guys' 6-run third inning, and he basically closed the door there for 5 straight innings.
He did.
Just talk about what kind of impact him being able to close the door had on him being able to come back.
Yeah, that was huge for him. He did a great job. We were joking around last night that he was not a pitcher. He wouldn't get on the mound, but he got in and he shut us down. He did a great job for not being a pitcher.
That's absolutely right. And so tomorrow you're back at it again. And who is it on the mound tomorrow night for you guys?
We're going to go back to Drew Copeland. He was under his pitch count, so we had 1 day rest, so he's going to go back on the mound. And we're getting pretty thin on our pitching as well, so we're going to we'll work our way through it. It's nice to see 11 hits on the board from us, and they were early, so it was good hit and run and getting guys in by hits rather than walks tonight.
Absolutely right. And so it'll be Drew Copeland on the mound tomorrow for the Trappers when they try to regain the series lead. Now 1-1 in the series after the rally in the ninth. That'll be it for the Trapper Wrap post-game show. Big thank you to Coach Jamie Habiger for joining me.
Yep, thank you.
We're going to call it a night here. You're listening to Trappers Baseball. That was the post-game show on the voice of the Trappers over 92.7. See you guys later, and good night.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Coach. That was quite a crazy one. I didn't Thank you to my YouTube chat for all being here. Pretty much ended just the perfect time. The rain's starting to come down, so I got to go take down my camera to make sure it doesn't get soaked. But thank you guys for watching. We'll be out again tomorrow night at the same time, 7:05. I'll start the pregame at about 6:50. You guys can watch there. I'm going to try to make sure that we have no audio issues. Sometimes you can't really control that. Sometimes it does crazy things, but I'm going to make sure that the audio is more consistently there. So I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. What a crazy finish tonight. Hopefully we have as good of a game tomorrow.